Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. As you can see, I'm washing some vehicles. I'm trying to clean up the yard just a little bit because it's just downright messy. We have finished reseeding field 7. Yes, 7. If we go to our page here, so yeah, we're completely plowed. No, well, little tiny lime spots, but that's about it. I had to go do a couple jobs that I kept running out of cash because I also did upgrade the engine in the man truck, but I did not get to test it before it was done plowing. So I don't know how that's going to go. That's why you're not going to see it in recording because, well, I just upgraded the engine. Cost of 10 grand. But right now we got 7 grand to our name. That's about it. But that will change today. I have accepted the contract for field number 8, which is harvesting. Oh wait, I didn't know the Massey Ferguson was right there. That's kind of in the way. So yeah, that'll be 28 gram plus whatever extra grain we get. The good thing about field 8 is usually you got to do about 95% of the job and the rest of the 5%. If it was like regular work, you don't have to do it, but if it's harvesting a field, you better do it because you get the extra grain off it. And I keep backing up to the wrong side because I think those reflectors should be facing the back. But yeah, so we're going to harvest our oat field first. The Massey Ferguson will be going down to the chicken farm because we got to do some cleaning up. I want to bring that subsoiler back as well. So we're going to harvest the oats in that field and get our worker to resow some oats. And while he's doing that, he or she, we will be doing field number 8. So let me get some of this put away. This may take a while because I'm an idiot and driving small wheel-based trailers behind me. So if I just take my time, I'll get it in there. The tedder is something that we're not going to use that often. Actually, I'm doing, as long as I take my time, it's not an issue. So let's park the big M away as well. The silage pit is compacted and fermenting as well. Now when I go, am I going to be in the wall? No, we're fine. Alright. Close that up. I think we'll close that up as well. We'll leave that open for the seedrill. Some of these things, like I said, I don't know why I bothered putting away because the second I put away within no time, it's like I need them again. So I got the man truck ready to go over with the loading wagon because, we're going to have some straw. So let me meet you down at the chicken farm and we will get to work. Well, step 1 of what I need to do while I'm over here, that should be in the zone. The header, I think, is at 0%. So the condition is flat out. Well, there is no condition there. How much to repair it? 660. That's fine. The only thing it actually does is slow down the rate that we can harvest. But we might as well fix up because that's what we should be doing with our equipment. Right, I'll just drop it off there. I'm trying to back up an articulated trailer on a harvester. Not the best thing I should ever be doing. I think I left myself enough room. While we're doing this, I should be unfolding the combine. And after we finish harvesting field 8, like I said before, I wanted at least 40 cows, 10 of each. So with the money we make off that, we're going to try to buy some more cows. Wait a minute, I should make sure straw swath, enable straw swath needs to be on. Thank you. And the other thing I would like to do eventually is upgrade the engine in this combine as well. Just that when it gets a lot of grain in it, it just gets logged down a little bit. It's only going to be 15 grand for an upgraded engine, so it's not too bad. So I'll have to see after we sell our straw, after we harvest field 8, how much cash we got. Do we have enough cash to buy all the cows that we need and maybe upgrade this engine? So it's not going to take us too long to harvest these fields. Then we'll pick up the straw in these 2 fields. And once we do that, we can get a worker going on seeding some more oats. Because we may try pretty soon to cut down some trees over here and see if I can put down another horse pen over here. Because we're starting to get enough stock inventory of oats. Hay and straw and water, not of a big issue for us. But if we can get another 16 big horse paddock down, that'll be just crazy amount of money coming in every 10 days or however you want, because it won't be the same cycle, but you know what I'm saying. Having 32 horses every 10 days to sell, that'd be $1.6 million. But even though I can't borrow any more money and we only got 6 grand, the farm is doing just fine right now. May not seem that way because we can't buy stuff and I gotta do contracts to get money. But you know, we got sheep, we got chickens, we got cows, and yes, we got horses. And we got enough silage every 2 days to make 200 grand. We got free fertilizer now. Just got to utilize it when we can. And we got 2 fields that we're harvesting crops in that don't feed animals. See if we get our usual 25,000. Actually, we get about 26,000 liters of oats usually off these 3 fields. But we're starting to get to near the max of our silo. I realize I can buy a silo extension, but I really don't think we need a silo extension over here. This silo over here is just for feeding our chickens and horses. Alright, usually what I do when I get to this part of the field, or 3 fields, I set this guy off on a worker so we can get going picking up some straw. Now the one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to bring our liquid slurry spreader all the way down here. If I had a tanker that could shuttle some slurry back and forth, I probably will in the future, maybe. Because we're definitely going to have enough slurry to go around from the BGA. And this time I'm going to make sure I get a full loading wagon before I go up to the sell point, because it's almost 2 full wagons I can get off these fields. Well, I'm hoping the price of straw is rather decent today. It could be. We shall find out here. And like I said, we're probably going to cut some of these trees up here because it is kind of getting in the way of us working a little bit. And plus I do want to cut down the tree that's down the kind of in the field, even though I like that tree. It sounds kind of weird saying that, but it just looks good there, I think. But I can't place a horse paddock down anywhere. But another horse paddock is something we don't need at the moment. We got enough things that we kind of do need. We don't have a tanker for milk yet, so that's kind of important at some point. I'm still hoping to find a tanker that will a tanker that I can unload the water from instead of having like to have to use it somewhere. I'm not too worried about having to unload milk because you can just go sell the milk. But when it's water, it's like, okay, what do I do if you give all your animals water and you still got water in the tanker? I can't dump it anywhere. Make sure I get all the little specks of straw that I can. While I'm thinking about it, before I forget, let's check the status of the fields. Oh, hello. So they don't need lime and they don't need plowing. That periodic plowing every 3 times, it's turned on, but I don't get it. So I thought, okay, maybe it's for the corn, sugar beet, potatoes, sugar cane. But as we're seeing every time I cut the corn, I need to plow the field. So that's every time, like it does say in the description. So I don't think periodic plowing is actually working. Maybe when Giants has a fix to a lot of these bugs that they have. They're due back from Christmas break in a while, so hopefully within another week or two we'll have a hot fix, or maybe they're working on it now. I don't know. But last I read, they don't come back from Christmas break until the 7th, which is Monday. Oh, which is actually the day you're seeing this video. Now I think about it, this video is going out Monday. So they should be back to work today as you see this video. Although some of the Giants must be working because there's been a lot of mods added to the mod hub. Nothing that's really caught my fancy. Although the new animal trailer that's in there is rather nice because it's the same kind of trailer like we got in a sense that it does all 4 animals. Excluding chickens, that's the only animal it doesn't do. But it does hold more horses than the one that we have. I think ours holds 6 and the one in the mod hub holds 9. But I'm pretty happy. It's the same price as the modded one that we had that cost like 15 grand. So right now I'm satisfied with the trailer that we have. Right now our farm is in the mode of just trying to get our money situation settled. I'm still spending more of it than what we're getting in, but that's going to change within the next day or so. Luckily we have contracting jobs that I can do, because if it wasn't for contracting jobs, this farm would be way behind. So in just the short time that I was picking up that straw in those 2 fields, our combine harvester is just about done. I don't know what it is about some of these fields, why your workers just seem to be inept in finishing off the field. I mean, he actually even came down all the way here, but did not harvest the crop he went by. Why is that not... Why is that not harvesting? If I harvest this way, I have no idea, but sometimes this is what you gotta do. Does it harvest it going this way? Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Don't ask me. I just know you guys. Sometimes you gotta do that. Is this harvesting or am I ruining crops? No, we're gathering crops. Okay. I don't know. But if it works, it works. And there we go, 26,000 liters. And what we usually do is pipe out. We'll go top off the horses like we always do. Don't want our horses running out of food or anything. Oh yeah, and I do appreciate the comment that someone left that said that what I'm about to do, I didn't know you could do, is dump right into the silo like this. Apparently you could do that in 17. I didn't have an idea. Maybe the reason why I couldn't usually do it, or maybe never did it, is because on most of the maps I played on, I had a modded bunker, and maybe I just couldn't do it that way. I have no idea. Or maybe I just never tried. I don't really remember. Can't remember what I just had for breakfast a little while ago, so what do I know? Alright, let's lower that header. Let's hook it up and we'll get this combine ready for doing field number 8 in a while. Let's come over here. We'll get the John Deere going. I think I got them set up for oats. Yes, we do. There you go. You're not blocked. You haven't even started yet. Don't tell me you're blocked. So, let's go in the market page here, economy page. Zoom on over. What is straw going for? 85, which is usually what it's going for around here these days. Sometimes I see up in the 90s. Rarely down in the 70s. And I do realize now with this truck here, I got to be even more careful with the more horsepower that we got, because it gets even more squirrely than it did before. Hopefully with that little weight on the trailer hitch back there, it'll be a little bit more stable. So I'm guessing we'll get somewhere around $7 grand for this, I think is what we usually get. Good to see that money going up all the time, doesn't it? $7,700. And I should get almost another full trailer out of this, so that's going to be great. And then when we do field number 8, which we're going to get paid $28,000. So we get $28,000 for doing the contract, plus the extra for the crops. And from field 8, that's usually quite a bit of crops. So I'm going to go finish, pick up the rest of the straw. And I'll meet you up at field 8 when we get ready to harvest. Selling off the rest of our straw. $6,700 that time. Like I said, it was going to be almost a full trailer. I think I had like 78,000 liters. But anyways, I'm off to get the combine, this truck, so I can get their other trailer ready to harvest some sunflowers. And I do believe the John Deere is ready to move on to another field as well. So yeah, I'll see you in a flash. The truck is ready to go with the trailer. The John Deere is seeding its second field. I have put a lot of equipment away into the shed, the garage. It's not getting to be nice and free over here. Like I said, we do need another garage at some point, so I still got some more implements out, but I don't have no place to put this kind of stuff. But it's fine for now, because like I said, the main thing I want to do today is get up to, we got 24 cows, I want to get 16 more, 4 of each, no, excuse me, 6 more of each. Correct? No, 4 more of each. Yes, 4 more of each. And before I start harvesting this field, I'm going to go back, because apparently the John Deere is done with that small field, which does not surprise me at all. I want to get him seeding on the other fields, so all those fields are in sequence with each other. So just give me a quick second here, and I'll be right back with you. We are about to do sunflowers in field number 8, and I was just in the economy page just to see how much the sunflowers were going for at the elevator that we're bringing them to. So right now they're going for just about $1,200. But is that a great price? It's not bad. But the way we got to look at it is, this is not our grain anyways, so any extra we get is just pure profit. So that's the way I got to look at it. So we're going to get 28 grand from doing this field. I hope to get like another 10 grand maybe from selling the grain. So that'll put us over 50, which should give us more than enough money to buy the cows that we need. I think I would need 40 grand, I think, to buy, how many more cows did I say we need? 16 more? Is that right? Yeah, 16 more. So hopefully that's enough. The first thing we need to do is just harvest this field. The good thing about, one thing I do like about 19 over 17 in doing contracts / missions, when you had mods in 17, it kind of took that into the effect of doing the contracts. It knew that you could harvest at a certain speed, so you wouldn't get the same price if you had a non-modded harvester. In 19, it doesn't take that into effect at all. It just comes out with a price of saying, this is the price we're going to pay you, and it's minus this much if you want to lease the items we're showing you below. If you want to use your own equipment, fine, whatever. It's the same, the price didn't matter. Of course, in 17, we couldn't use our own equipment. You just had to use whatever option you agreed with when you took a mission or a contract. Of course, what you could do in 17, if you didn't like the equipment that was showing you, you just had to exit out and select, what was it, R? It's it's R on the PC. You would just hit R and just keep backing out until you're like, oh yeah, I like this equipment. But it's also the downfall in 19. It's like in 17 when it came to jobs of doing contracts. If you wanted to buy a certain field next, it's like, okay, that's the field I'm buying next. So when it comes time to seed it, I'm going to go take the contract out in the field, and I'll just keep denying jobs until I get the job of seeding the crop I want to put into it. And 19, we don't get that option. It just pretty much tells you this is what we're planting. You can't collect on it. Well, maybe if you, the one thing I haven't tried, and maybe somebody else has, you could accept a contract. So say like someone wants to put cotton in a field, which I'd be like, no, I don't want cotton. I don't want cotton in that field. You could probably accept a contract, and then after you accept it, cancel the contract. And I wonder if that'll restart the contract and it'll be a different crop type. We may have to try that in the future, because I don't think you get penalized for canceling a contract that you've taken. I don't think you do. We may have to look into that. Maybe we can do it on this field in the near future, because we're harvesting this field, so eventually they're going to want to put something into it. Nighttime has arrived. And so has almost this contract, which without a modded harvester, oh man, this field 8 would take forever. But for what they pay you for this, I was just thinking, I'm getting paid 28 grand to harvest this, which is, still not bad. I get paid 28 grand to fertilize this, and I can fertilize this field pretty darn quick, actually. Harvesting it takes a while, and yes, I do realize we'll see how much extra we get from the grain that we sell. I have not brought any grain at all yet up to the elevator, central grain elevator. Our 90,000 liter trailer is full, and our combine is going to not quite fill up, but it's almost going to get there. The last time I did this field, harvesting for a contract, I did have this harvester, but I had the Farm Tech 14,000 liter trailer. I think it took about 11 trips up to the grain mill to complete that. But finally, we are done. So like I said, the truck is parked on the side of the field over there, full of grain, ready to go up. I'm just going to bring this over here. Make sure we turn the lights off. Let's tab over to the truck. It's funny, in the harvester it looked really dark, and now it looks kind of bright out again. Well, I don't mean bright, but bright enough. So 90,000 liters of sunflower. And then we'll go get the other 50,000 liters. Then we'll get our money from the contract and the extra grain. And then we're going to go get some more cows. Wonder how long it takes for 90,000 liters of sunflower to empty. It's not too bad. So 66% of the grain delivered. In a second, they're going to get the other 34% and extra. I did lose about maybe 2 miles an hour because of the wear and tear on the harvester header. I like when this harvester unloads, the front tracks kind of do like a little tap dance. Imagine trying to harvest field 8 with the bison harvester. Yikes. There's a full day's job in real life. Probably. Alright, let's see how much we get. I did not miss one stalk of corn in that field, so we harvested everything that we could. We are also going to get some money at midnight as well. I'm hoping with the money we get at midnight, it's enough money to buy, I think we're going to have to buy a tanker trailer at some point. So here's hoping that maybe I can get another $10,000 in grain. I don't think I'll get $10,000 worth. But we never know. It is a big field. So we're at 20,004. Oh, okay, so we almost got 12 grand. Can't complain about that. Then once we go in here, it's actually 25. I thought it was 28, but it's 25. Still, that brings us almost up to 60 grand. So let's go ahead and bring this trailer back to the BGA farm. We'll drop this off. Pick up our animal transport trailer. And it's time to top off our cows. We got 10 of each. For now, I'm just kind of like parking the trailers down here because I can. I probably should check our field status page just to make sure that we don't have weeds growing anywhere, because, you know, weeds do the weed thing and just grow so fast. Let me just check to make sure our fields are doing well. We can harvest field 13 as well. That's barley, but I think for jobs for today, we're kind of done. So no weeds in 6 or 7. No weeds in this one except for whatever. And of course the one we just planted. So yeah, everything's looking good. So let's go ahead and get some more ladies for the cow pasture. Buying our last set of cows. I just need 4 black and whites. And that'll give us 10 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Confirm. Which leaves us with 18 grand. I did check. It was 214 hours for every new cow for each color type of cow that we have. But now that we're adding 4 more to each herd or color type, it'll be interesting to see how far down the reproduction timer goes. Now it wasn't 214 hours until the next cow because some time has elapsed. That's how much time it would be for each cow. And move, 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 and move. So I want to go park the animal trailer over where the other trailers are. And since we got 18 grand left over, you know, I got to spend it. I'm not going to sit there with 18 grand. So the one thing I want to do is actually upgrade the engine in the harvester. We upgraded the engine in the truck already. And I'll turn the truck back on so I can turn the lights off. So the engine should cost 15 grand. These are the things I kind of need to upgrade a little bit because this harvesting uphill slows down. I don't want to say a lot, but it's enough to where it needs to be upgraded because we're not getting the max performance out of our harvester. Actually, the header, I think I'm going to park on the side of the barn over here. Unload that. I don't know how much horsepower it actually adds. So customize. So right now we are at 538 horsepower. Oh, that's 20 grand. I don't have 20 grand. Can I customize it? Will it let me do it? You don't have enough money. Well, it looks like we're going to have to wait on the engine then. I'm short a couple grand. You sit here, sir. We're going to have that money shortly. So let's check on the cow. So it's 214 hours. The timer hasn't fixed itself yet because I had need to advance some time. So I'll see you in a bit. Just about near midnight, so we should get a little bit of cash. Although I'm spending some now because, well, our cornfield now has weeds in it. So the case is here. He has narrow tires on. And we just hit midnight, so we got $100,000 from the biogas plant. Of course, we're going to lose some cash because we had to pay interest rate, which will show up here in a second. And also, we're paying our horse helper to train the horses. The one thing that we will be selling in the in-game day today is, of course, we got this 1 million liters of silage sitting here, which is sitting at 50% fermented. So the other thing you may be asking is, yeah, there's our weeds. So if we go to the cows, yeah, all the animals kind of need to be cleaned, maybe some water. So the cows, 214 hours. With 10 cows, it comes down to 125 hours. So every 100 hours, or what's that, like, let's see, 4.5 days, we'll get another cow. Well, actually, we get 4 cows. But they will produce we're already up to 4,200. Let's see, we paid 15.6 in loan interest and 858 in property maintenance. Heard it beep, so I wanted to get to it and see what we're doing. But yeah, we got 4,000 liters of milk, slurry, and actually got some manure starting to pile up. So what does 6,000 liters of manure look like in the little trough area thing? So it's kind of weird that, like in 17, you used to be able to walk up to, I'll turn on the HUD just so you can see it. But in 17, you could walk up to like the manure and slurry pit, and you can kind of see how much you had. But we really don't have a slurry pit here. We just have like a tank below ground, I would suppose. And yeah, there's nothing here that shows how much we have. And there's our manure starting to pile up. Now the manure, what we'll probably do is instead of bringing a bucket and loading a trailer, I'll bring the belt from the BGA over and we'll load the trailer and just probably dispense it. You actually need a lot of manure to spread on a field to get a good fertilization out of it. But that's where we are. So the case guy is going to get back to work. Probably first thing in the morning, the Massey Ferguson is back at the chicken farm. I think we'll have to just make sure all of our animals are taken care of. But before we go, we're going to do one more thing. Now, I don't need to get into it. It's kind of stupid. Customize. So we're going to go from 538 horsepower to 692. So there goes 20 grand, which does leave enough money. Nope, that's the wrong button. So if we go to animals, to probably get this tanker right here, the modded one, so we can transport. This will transport milk, water, digestate, and slurry all in one. The problem is you just can't empty it when you need to. But yeah, in the morning we'll take care of the animals. Hopefully by then the silage birdie will be selling that, so we'll take care of the animals. Whatever field, we'll get to the fields after we take care of the animals. Selling some silage and possibly buying a tanker. I'm still looking for a good tanker mob. If there isn't one out there, we'll probably have to buy one of those tankers there, which is fine because it's usable. Just have to be careful not to put too much water into it for the animals, but that's not going to be too hard to figure out. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.